All right, doing a problem from the blind 75 list called the threesome. Again, should be a very, looks like a standard problem, but let's see if they have given some spin to the problem or something like that. All right, given an integer nums, return all triplets, nums of I, nums of j, nums of k, such that I is not equals to j, I is not equals to k, j is not equals to k, and nums of I plus. So we have to find out the triplets whose sum is equal to 0, and we there is this condition as well, I, j, k not equal, which makes sense. And but this is another thing. Notice that the solution set must not contain duplicate triplets. So what does duplicate triplet mean? Like minus one minus, because oh, we have to return the nums, right? Okay, so for example, minus one one zero and minus one one zero, two, but they have to be unique. Okay, and it has to be distinct triplets, whereas the order of the output and the order of the triplets do not matter. Okay, so that might be the tricky bit, that how do we maintain the order? Maybe we maintain a set and we see, or the count or whatever. Uh, so one challenge that I see is we have to figure out that like minus one zero one is also one triplet, and minus one one zero is also another triplet, but they're exactly the same. How do I define the order? Um, so maybe one way is the algorithm that we use. We use a sorter, so we avoid the chances of having so we always sort the triplet, and then we save the triplet in a sorted fashion always. And anyways, for threesome, we can always do sorting based approach for the uh, a threesome problem, right? So in general, if we talk about twosome, there are two ways. One, we can use hashing, other we could sort, and then we could use two pointer method to figure out the to find the pair. And so we could maybe sort the array first, and that way our triplets that we find are always sorted. Okay, so that's one bit. So let's first sort the array. So we sort the array. Okay, now when I'm looking at this triplet, this array, let's look at this, how this array looks like. The input example array, it will then become minus one comma minus one comma 0 and then 1 and then 2. Okay, I missed minus 4, so minus 4. Right, and the way to solve threesome here would be for every element. So for example, for minus 4, you look at this entire array and find a pair that adds to 4. Now, and how do you find a pair that adds to 4? Well, the largest sum that you can get, or not largest, okay. So you first add these, add, and 2 minus 1 is 1. I want to increment the sum. So if I want to increment the sum, I will shift this to 1. So again, I get 2 minus 1, 1, and I shift further 2 plus 0 is 2, and 2 plus 1 is 3. So the maximum sum that I am able to get is only 3. So with minus 4, I do not get any here. Now with minus 1, if I want total the sum as 0, that means in this subarray, I want to get 1 as the sum, right? So I want to get 1 as the sum, and if I look at just 2 and minus 1, if I add them, I actually get 1 as the sum. So one of the combinations that I get is minus 1, comma minus 1, comma 2. Now this was one of the pairs. Like can I get more with the same minus 1 here? Can I get more pairs? So 2 minus 1 was exactly 1. Now let's do this. Because we got the exact sum, then we just shift both of them one one, and then 1 plus 0 is also 1, right? Because after once we shift both one one both left and right one by one step, then we go to 0 and 1, and they also add to 1. So that's another combination. So you go minus 1 and then you go 0 and 1. So we are done with this minus 1. right? And now we come to this minus 1. Again, for this minus 1 also, it will be the same thing. Hey, can I get, for to get the total sum as 0, I would want to get total sum as 1 in this. 2 plus 0 is 2, so I cannot get total sum as, so I want to reduce the sum. If I want to reduce, I'll shift my right. So I get 0 and 1. So this 1 minus 1 0 1 is what I get. And this is where the duplicate thing will come. This minus 1 0 1 is a duplicate, right? So how do I maintain this duplicate is something I have to figure out. Now, I think if I recall correctly, if I keep this triplets as a set of lists in Java, which is the language I'm using here, the equality condition for lists of primitive types, the list of integers, would just check the exact like it will internally handle. We'll see. If it doesn't, then we'll have to add something. But that's a general idea. So let's start with a basic approach first. So we want to maintain a set of triplets rather than a list of triplets. And what was saying is the hash code that when you do set dot add, if it's already minus 101 is already there as a list, then my guess is that that set dot add again will not add a new entry. Like uh, it will automatically handle that bit. But let's see. So what we're trying is, and because we are trying to save these triplets as set, we'll do. I want to maintain a set of list of integers, and I'll call this whatever triplets, right? And this is equals to new hash set, and I have already sorted the array. Now for I equals to 0, I is less than nums dot length I plus plus. This is the outer loop, and the inner loop. So I get so target equals to 0 minus nums of I. This is the target now, and I'll do L equals to I plus 1 and R equals to nums dot length minus 1, and obviously while L is less than R. Now if nums of L, okay, and we do sum here, so sum equals to nums of L plus nums of R, right? And if your, you know what, I can even, yeah, this is fine. If sum equals to target, then first thing I want to do is this triplets dot add this list. So arrays dot add list, you can pass like this, and so the first one is nums of I, second one is nums of L, and third one is nums of R. And you do L plus plus and R minus minus. Else, if your sum is less than target, then you want to increase the sum. To increase the sum, you do L plus plus. Else, if your sum is smaller than target, sorry, if the sum is greater than target, you want to decrease the sum, you do R minus minus. Okay, so this is what this is what that is. And your triplets, because you're using a set, you're assuming it will already maintain, like, will we get remove the duplicates from the set, and then you return. But obviously the question asks you to return a list, so you just do return, you create a list out of that set. Just will that work? Let's see. So you return a list out of that set. All right, run code. Okay, this works. Let's run example test cases and submit. And it works. Cool.